Yeah, hi.
You're back.
For Angelina.
Yes.
Or you think you're awesome, first of all.
Angelina?
I know you're such a versatile actress, and by reading the script and everything, what made you decide to get this movie, and do you feel like what brought to your, as an actress into your life to continue, with the process?
Well, there's something, it's so hard, as I said, it's hard to explain her because so much of her is a mystery until you see it, and then when you see it, I think it becomes clear why I would choose to do her. But there was a real duplicity to her personality, and there's a part of her that's not necessarily a good guy, and because of certain things that happened to her, as I say, she's a bit damaged. So she's not just heroic, and she's not even, and she's not just brave. There's something a little off about her that and maybe there's a little something off about me, so
When either of you guys were working with the CIA consultant, did they give you any specific details that you were able to use and internalize in the film?
Well, for me, the most interesting thing is that people, if you work at the CIA, you can't share anything about your work and your life with your family, or your friends. So you become this very, very lonely, isolated individual that has a lot of secrets, and I think it's a very unusual type of person, a very specific type of person that has to do that, and it's a very big sacrifice that these people make, because it's a very lonely life. So I found that really interesting.
Liam, anything you learned?
I had the great good fortune, Naomi is making a film about Valerie Plame called Fair Game, and I got to meet Valerie, and I think the question that I had was what motivates someone like to do this job. It turns out they don't get paid a tremendous amount of money, Central Intelligence agents. And what was interesting talking to Valerie about and kind of moving was that there's a level of patriotism functioning there that I don't think many people understand anymore. And I think that's part of what was so tragic about what happened to her, but that was really interesting to me because I certainly hadn't thought about it from that perspective, that these people are really motivated by a legitimate love of country.
That's great. You have a question?
Hi, my name is Liz Torres. This is for Angelina. First of all, Angie, I love you. You're the reason why I'm a theater major now, so thank you for that. Now, my question is, what does this role bring to your acting career? What's the impact that it makes?
Something new in my acting career?
Yeah, like,
new challenge.
what does it bring?
As I said, it's so difficult to speak about her, but it's so unusual to find such a great character, and she has, because when you see the film, her history and her childhood feeds a lot in who she is, and you get to meet her as a child, which is played by wonderful actors, and it was the first time they really feed into who I am, because they're so brilliant and they were so committed that they really helped. We all did the character together. But it's the decisions you make. At the end of the day, I think this film is very much about what you choose to do with your life, where you stand, and what you decide you won't be pushed to do, and your own personal line. And I think that is something that we all have to come to terms with at some point in our life, and take a stand or back away or whatever it may be. And I think, and no matter what your circumstances are, how you were raised, whatever excuses you have. In the film, I was moved by that. I liked what she did, and I liked why she did it.
Go ahead.
We rewrote it specifically for you, and I was wondering, changing the gender of the character, how did that change the story, and kind of what went into it?
Maybe Lorenzo, you can address that. Did changing the sex of the lead character change much in the film in your mind?
It was really an interesting exercise for us because there was a big learning process for all of us, I think. We thought at first that the really hard part was going to change the lead character, but
that was difficult in some ways, but what was surprising to us was how much it influenced every other character. I think we sort of looked at it almost narrowly at first to say, all right, how do we change it for Angelina? And the truth was, you know, like with Liette's character, how that character relates to a male colleague in a workplace versus a female colleague is very different. And so there was a real snowball effect to the whole script. And the other point of it, I think, which we had some great debate about was, you know, do we expect something different out of a female character than a male character in this situation? And I think the truth is the audience wants the same thing. How the character may go about it is different, what they bring to it is different, but the expectations of the character of getting from point A to point B is exactly the same. And so I think it was a bit of a learning lesson for all of us. It's that you know, that we can really, it transcends gender, really. And it was a fun exercise. And Angelina's zest for action and violence in movies allowed Philip and Simon and all of us to take her ideas and apply them in a way that really made it fun for all of us and for the audience.
That's great. Okay, we got time just for a few more questions. Go ahead.
Hi, my question is, what firearms were used during the making of the film?
What firearms did you use?
I used just about everything by the end of it. I think I got to play with just about everything, including a fire extinguisher in a way I'd never used it.
My favorite is the Super Soaker.
We did, I mean, you know, in most action films, sometimes you have that one gun, but in this one it was kind of like everybody stealing everybody else's gun or picking up things off soldiers, different types of soldiers, different, so in the end there was just a little bit of everything. But a lot of hand-to-hand combat in the end of the day, and I think that was our weapon of choice, to kind of go down and dirty and just punch each other.
Thanks. Go ahead.
What sort of specialized fight training or weapons training did you do for this role that may have been different from past action roles that you've done?
I didn't do a lot of special training. I mean, that was pretty much Angie. Angie, every day when we weren't working, was up in the gym training with those guys, fight styles and Krav Maga and Muay Thai and everything, really. I had done, you know, when I got out of school, I did some fight choreography in the theater, and this guy who worked on this film, Simon Crane, is just amazing, and it was really fun. I mean, it was just, he had just incredible ideas, and I think what I liked most about them was that they were feasible, that everything looked like it could happen, and it was sort of, so it was very, I didn't have to do a lot of training for it. I don't have a tremendous amount of violence in the movie. It's just a little bit.
Well, the end result is certainly remarkable, as you can see up on the screen, and you can see for yourselves tonight at midnight when Salt opens. It's in theaters everywhere tomorrow. Please give a warm round of